Hi, my name is Holly. Welcome back to my channel. This video was intended to be of a blue double glitter peekaboo winter type cup that had a really cool snow scene on the bottom. I did a double glitter. I removed the glitter using tack-up method, and toward the end of the project, everything just kind of fell apart. My Cricut machine wasn't working. My printer wasn't working. I didn't have a spray paint to do a water slide, and it was just a whole bunch of mistakes, one right after the other, that I took probably about 4 days to try to fix and avoid certain obstacles. And every sign pointed to, you know what? This cup is not meant to be. I wasn't passionate about it. I'm over it. It was too frustrating. So I'm not a quitter, but I quit. So instead, and I actually walked upstairs, I said a potty word, and my son started laughing at me because he thought, oh my gosh, mom is mad. Threw the cup. My son is a grown man, so it's okay. I threw the cup in the garbage can, and then I thought, wait. What are you doing? Go get the cup, strip it. And so this video is to show you how I strip tumblers, because I've had some people ask me how I strip it. And so here we go. Perfect opportunity. So when I strip tumblers, I use paper towels, acetone, foil, and a plastic Ziploc bag. You want to make sure that you are saturating your tumbler that is wrapped in paper towel with acetone. Completely saturate, because you want all of the surfaces of the tumbler to be wet with the acetone, so the acetone can start eating away that epoxy or spray paint or sticky ooey gooey mess or whatever it is that you have on your tumbler. Then you want to wrap that dampened paper towel in your tumbler with foil, enclosing all the ends to make sure the air is not drying up the paper towel that has just been dampened with acetone. So it's probably overkill with the amount of foil I use. I crisscross, so I crisscross my paper towels and I crisscross my foil because I want to wrap it one direction like a burrito and then fold over both ends again and then squish it really tight before I stick it in that bag. So these tumblers that are on the ground right now, those have been sitting there soaking in acetone, some of them for a month, which is really bad to do. You shouldn't leave your tumblers soaking for that long, because sometimes the acetone actually dissipates, dries up, and your whatever was on your tumbler sticks to it even more, and it is like you need a chisel and a hammer to get it off. So some of these tumblers I'm sure are going to look like that, but you know, I keep doing it. I know I shouldn't do it, but I keep just leaving them there because I forget about them. Some of these tumblers have only been sitting there for a week, and some of them I have just recently covered in acetone. So I'm going to pull these out one at a time, and then we'll talk about the ones that are looking really good and ones that I need to redo. So this one right here, so that paper towel is really, really dry. So I either left it too long or there was air in the bag. I didn't use like a normal Ziploc bag for this one. It was an old cheapy bag that I had. So it's possible that it just dried out because it wasn't sealed. But you can see the paper towel is not even coming off the tumbler. It is stuck on there. So this one I may not be able to save this one. What I'm going to have to do is reapply acetone to it, rewrap it in foil, put it in a brand new Ziploc bag, maybe that has a better seal, set it aside, and then later when I have time to really use some elbow grease on it to get that stuck on whatever it was, I don't even know what this tumbler was, off, then I'll just work on it. I might have to sand it a lot, and it's frustrating when that happens. So don't let your tumbler sit for a month. That's a no. And make sure your bags are really airtight. I do want to add too, right now I'm sitting on the floor in my craft room. It's really dark outside. It was about 9 p.m. before I gave up on that dang tumbler, and then decided to strip these cups. So I didn't want to go outside and make all the noise with the foil and everything and scraping, because we live very close to other neighbors who are older than us, and I'm sure they were already in bed, and I didn't want to annoy them. So you should be doing this outside, and I am wearing a mask because these are really strong fumes. So you don't want to take any chances. So this is what a really good strip tumbler looks like. So this was a sticky, I don't even remember, I think this was foil. I don't remember what I put on this one. I had this one since Christmas of last year, and it was just in a bin, and I finally got around to stripping it. But this one has been sitting for about a month as well. And so this must have had a really good seal on the bag because it still removed all that stuff that was on it. But because it has the sticky residue, so it must have been like double-sided tape, that sticky tape is really hard to get off your tumbler. So even though the acetone removed most of it, I'm gonna go ahead and redo it, wrap it in paper towel, saturate it with acetone one more time, and set it aside for another couple days or a week if I forget about it again, but hopefully it'll just be a couple days. And as I go, depending on the amount of tumblers you have, I don't know if a Ziploc bag would be big enough to squish all your garbage in, but as I go, I set that away in a Ziploc bag, and that Ziploc bag with the garbage is going to get tossed into the garbage can outside so that when I come into my craft room the next morning, I still don't smell all those fumes and toxins in my craft room. So I do get headaches, and so I'm just trying to avoid as much as possible causing myself an unnecessary headache. Okay, what is this one? This one looks really, really stripped. What is this one? Oh, this is the one that I just soaked last week because I was doing a double-sided tape glitter burst from a child's character show. And when I applied the glitter burst, I applied it upside down. So clearly I did not sand this tumbler enough before I applied the double-sided tape because it really shouldn't have stripped that easily. This is a sublimation tumbler, and I wanted to use it because it had the white background, and so I just sanded it, but obviously I need to sand a little bit more before I apply any glitter or glue or adhesive to it, so I'll know that for next time. This is going to have epoxy, this was going to have epoxy over it too, but still you should make sure you have a really good sand. I go through an abundance of gloves when I'm stripping tumblers. I use the nitrile gloves, and the regular like latex or whatever other gloves, just the acetone just eats immediately through them, so I can't use those at all, otherwise my fingers poke out and I get acetone all over my hands. So even though these are nitrile gloves and they're stronger, the acetone still eats through those very quickly. So I just have a pile of gloves sitting next to me when I'm stripping tumblers, so I don't take a chance on getting all of that on my hands and possibly causing an allergy. So I'm just gonna, oh, this one's really dry. I'm not even gonna bother with that one. This one is so dry that it feels like it didn't even have any acetone on it. So I know that that one's not going to have anything eaten away from it, or if it does, it's probably been sitting there so long that it's hardened even more to the stainless steel, which is bad news. So I'm going to go ahead and saturate that again and just rewrap it right back up in that same foil, stick it back in the bag, and set it aside. It always makes me happy when I open my foil, the paper towel is still wet and I can see color coming through the paper towel, which means that that acetone has picked up the color and epoxy off my tumbler and it's pulling it away from it. So this was a really good stripped tumbler. This one it was sanded really well. It had a black spray paint as a base. It had black glitter over the top of it, and I think I did just a little bit of gray marbling on this one. I can't remember, but I didn't like it because it's a heavy tumbler to begin with, and with the layers of epoxy that I put on it, it just became heavier and heavier, so it wasn't even comfortable to pick up and hold because it just did not feel good in the hand. So this one is gonna look like new by the time I'm done with it. So I'm just using that little knife. I can't remember, I think I got this from Glitter Guy. And I can't remember what they're called. It's like a craft knife, but it's like, it's flat and it's sharp all around the three edges. So you gotta be really careful. I just now placed my finger on it forgetting that it was sharp on all edges, but you will cut yourself very, very easily with this thing, so be super careful. But it's wonderful to use to scrape off the little chunky pieces that are stuck on there, or you know, if you have some really stubborn glue or whatever, these ones work really good. So this tumbler is going to be able to be reused. The bottom did come off, the bottom circle came off. So if I were to sell this tumbler, I don't know. I don't know if it loses its integrity when the bottom comes off. I'll have to research that because I'm unfamiliar with that. But I might have to just gift it or maybe sell it for a discount, letting my friend or customer know that the bottom metal piece has popped off. You know, try it out, see if it keeps your drinks cold. After I've figured out which tumblers need to be detailed and which tumblers still need to set and soak a little bit more, then I clean up my area, and then I just use a clean paper towel and acetone one more time just to get any of the film from the spray paint or the epoxy or whatever residue might still be stuck to the tumbler, and then make them like brand new. And then I'm gonna take them upstairs and wash them with Dawn dish soap and set them aside before I figure out, you know, what project I want to use these tumblers for next. So that's pretty much it. So it's just a process of soaking in paper towel, foil with acetone, wrapping it up, sticking it in a Ziploc bag, setting it aside, not for a month, just 48 hours, you know, 3 days or so, and then come back and check it, and you'll be happy if you do it that way. And I have had people ask if I can strip tumblers where you use Brite Tone. And now I use Grand Finale and Hyperion also. I haven't stripped a Hyperion tumbler yet. I haven't stripped a Grand Finale tumbler, but yes, I've stripped many Brite Tone tumblers using this exact same method. So it works on everything that I have done so far with epoxy and Brite Tone, glitter, double-sided tape, whatever. So the process is icky. It sucks, I know. But sometimes, you know, you don't want to throw a tumbler in the garbage like I was going to do today and waste $7 to $10 depending on what you're paying on your tumbler. So just strip it. Take time, strip a pile at a time, and I think you will be happy you did. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I didn't show you anything exciting, but maybe it was educational, and have a fabulous day.